of Anima Wings, well, we just flew through them, and here is our feedback, takeaways, and review. So if you don't know, Anima Wings is a budget airline, and they fly through European countries, they fly through some North Africa countries, and some countries in the Middle East. So we specifically took our Anima Wings flight from Romania, Brasov, into Greece. And Greece and Spain are one of their top two destinations. In Europe, they also, I believe, do like Paris, maybe Amsterdam as well. So we took our flight. And if you don't know, look on Trustpilot and do not make the mistake that we did and just blindly get on the flight, okay? If you look on Trustpilot, they are rated a solid 2.4 star review, okay? And I'm going to say that they've earned it, okay? So hear me out. So we went on, and it was like leading up to boarding, nothing. No one's at the gate. Nothing's happening. Everybody's getting antsy. So an hour after our flight was supposed to leave, someone finally shows up, and they're like, yeah, we don't know. There's some things going on, yada, yada. We got to get a technician out here. So we're already an hour late. So now they've come to say, hey, your flight will be delayed by 6 hours. So we're sitting there for 6 hours. Now, granted, they did provide snacks and drinks, but we are now having an additional 6-hour delay, and we're all just sitting there in this tiny, tiny room. So that was not a fun start. So we finally did get to take off, but it was at the end before we took off. We sat on the tarmac for forever, and it was an official 7-hour delay for our airline. And what had happened was, apparently we got 4 different stories as to why the plane was delayed. We don't actually know what the real reason was, but at the end, the pilot mentioned something about flying into a flock of birds on the flight before. So that might have contributed to the issue. Other than that, the flight was really quick, and they tried to make up some lost timing, but everybody had a 7-hour delay. The airline was not communicating with their coworkers, and the airport, everybody there were not communicating with us. Nobody knew what was going on, and we got different stories, and Trustpilot rates them a solid 2.4 stars. And I can assure you that this airline would not be my first choice to fly on. Our takeaway of Anima Wings, and I know lots of people on our flight were really quickly trying to get refunds, and it was just not a good experience from us. But you never know, you might have a great flight, and so don't take what I say without a grain of salt. But this was our experience and personal review of Anima Wings.